named as a tropical storm. If it would, by the way, it would have been Elvis, and boy, you can just imagine all of the silly things that would have been said then. Anyway, it was never named a tropical storm, but it did produce 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts right along the Outer Banks, and there were rain bands spiraling in, and there were some places that got over 2 inches of rain. At any rate, that system will meander in the southeastern states over the next couple of days, bring some good rainfalls, needed rainfalls to the Carolinas, Georgia, and even parts of Alabama, northern Florida. It cools down considerably in the northwest, stays hot and dry in the southern plains. That's a look at the national weather this morning. Back to you now.
Thanks, Joe. Just ahead, we'll see how world markets are doing this morning. And our next guest says he's optimistic about the European markets. Francis Claro, portfolio manager at Evergreen Investment Management. Francis, what's behind your outlook?
Well, we're looking at small and mid-cap stocks, and we see a lot of opportunities in that area.
We'll find out what opportunities when we talk to Francis as today's business comes right back. Stay with us.
You sit here, they sit there, you and them. Morningstar sits on your side, helping you invest smarter. Before you invest, investigate at Morningstar.com, your first, second opinion.
How do you balance what you want and what you need? At American General Financial Group, our 8,000 consumer loan specialists are here to help. For little things, for big things. Come to us, or we'll come to you. Over a cup of coffee, or even over the phone. We'll help you live the life you've imagined. American General Financial Group. Live the life you've imagined.
The mission of Underwriters Laboratories is testing for public safety.
We test chemicals,
Appliances, life preservers, more than 17,000 different products.
I get paid to break things.
They pretty much destroy them.
Yeah, we do some of that.
We break things scientifically.
Safety is the #1 concern.
My specialty is cathode ray tubes.
Valves, organic, high voltage, drinking water.
I start fires.
I feel like I'm making a contribution. I'm not going to say it's a piece of cake.
It's a privilege to help consumers buy and use safer products.
UL, working for a safer world.
Presenting the unshakable confidence of new improved C-Bond. Only C-Bond denture adhesive now has 100% more holding power with 3 powerful adhesives in this comfort-thin seal. And cleanup's easy, so get unshakable confidence with new improved C-Bond with 100% more hold.
Every day, new content gets created. But how can you get your hands on it? There's a place where ideas take shape and inspiration gets packaged. Where companies get the dynamic content they need to dramatically impact their websites. From information that moves markets to photos that rock the world every single day. It's iSyndicate, the content marketplace. Do you need to make an impact? iSyndicate, the I for content.
Go play on all the investment websites. Dig. Get muddy with their information. Then, before you invest, investigate with the unbiased, independent perspective of Morningstar.com. Your first, second opinion.
Yes, the futures. Well, S&P futures are at a plus 1.90, but let's compare that to fair value, which is at a plus 2.99. So because it's about 2 points lower than fair value, we might see a negative indicator for the opening of the markets. Dow futures at a plus 10, but that's still below the plus 17 fair value. NASDAQ futures haven't really moved at all this morning at a minus 5.50. Speaking of moving or not moving, it's widely expected that the European Central Bank will move to increase interest rates at today's crucial meeting. But what is the likelihood that this hike will help boost the flagging euro? Joining us now from Boston with an overview of the ECB meeting and with more on the European markets is Francis Claro, portfolio manager at the Evergreen Investment Management Company. Hi, Francis.
Good morning, Liz.
Let's just point out that the Evergreen Global Opportunities Fund, which you co-manage, has a one-year return of 54%. Obviously, this is a global fund, and you've been able to maneuver around issues such as the euro. What first, might we ask, is going to happen with the ECB meeting?
Well, we believe that it's likely that the ECB will raise rates between 25 and 50 basis points. This is widely expected, and essentially the ECB is concerned about inflation, which is creeping above their targets, and also, of course, is concerned about the weakness in the euro. So we think they're likely to raise rates at this point.
Yesterday, the euro brushed near its all-time low at about 88.5 cents. Now, in America, if the dollar were brushing near an all-time low, there would be some major concern. But does Euroland remain somewhat optimistic because this is such a new currency?
Well, in the short term, we think that there could be some weakness, some continued weakness in the euro. In the long term, however, if you look at the purchasing power parity, inflation rate differentials have been fairly low between the U.S. and Europe. So essentially what this means is that the euro, by declining 20%, has made products and services in Europe very cheap relative to the U.S. And so we think that if interest rate differentials continue to decline, that the euro will eventually correct itself. And we think the euro is, on the long run, quite cheap at these levels.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the holdings that you have in your fund and why you like them. And obviously, with your fund up more than 50%, they must be helping. Electronics Boutique.
Yes, essentially, we like the interactive entertainment area. The Sony PlayStation 2, which is scheduled to come out this fall, is going to be a catalyst for the whole sector to do much better, whether it be retailers or whether it be software developers. Electronics Boutique is a UK retailer of these goods, and they're going to essentially have a lot of product to sell at full prices, so their demand and their margins are going to be increasing.
Tell us about Frontline.
Frontline is a Norwegian shipping company which transports crude oil. Shipping rates for crude oil have skyrocketed since the beginning of this year, and we expect that shipping rates are going to maintain firm because essentially OPEC is going to have to pump out some more crude at some point, and inventories are very low and are going to have to be increased. In addition, scrapping rates for old tankers are increasing due to environmental regulations, and shipyard capacity is also taken up. So we see firm rates, and we think that Frontline is poised for another leg up.
Thank you, Francis, for joining us.
Thank you, Liz.
Francis Claro of the Evergreen Global Opportunities Fund, live from Boston. Much more ahead this Thursday morning. Today's top stories are next, and up-to-the-minute stock data is plentiful on the internet, but it's a different story when it comes to key mutual funds. Stay with us.
You guys like to trade stocks?
Yeah.
So, you trade stocks frequently? Frequently.
Frequent traders love Power E-Trade. You get free NASDAQ Level 2 quotes, real-time streaming portfolios, and a free DSL connection that's 50 times faster than most modems. Bang!